I examined the key and the teeth of the key as I tried to wipe off any grease or dust like it would actually help. I took the key and I shoved it into the ignition. I gritted my teeth and I cranked it. It didn't turn on. I tried it once more. It turned on. Oh, wonderful. And then it turned back off again. Stupid piece of garbage. That's what I get for spending $2 grand on an old, clunky race car. It used to be a really nice muscle car. 1967 Ford Mustang. It was all red with white racing stripes. It could go 0 to 60 in less than 5 seconds. It would roar like an airplane. But now, it would take more than 5 seconds to even start the car. And all the paint was faded and rusted. And here I was, thinking it'd be nice to take a nice Sunday evening drive and leave my phone at home so I wouldn't have any distractions. Just roll the windows down. And now here I am, stranded at the edge of a forest, no idea where I was, and my car won't start. So, with no other option but to get out of the car and decide whether or not to go down the lonely, dark, dirt road just as the sun was going down that led straight into the forest. I decided, well, if I was going to make this trip, this journey, that might kill me. Sounds like a horror movie, to be honest. I decided I might as well check in my trunk to see if I could find a flashlight. Because otherwise, it might be even scarier than it already sounded. So, with my screwdriver, I found underneath my seat, because my car was so old, the trunk would not open unless you jammed the screwdriver just perfectly into the trunk. I jammed it in, I twisted, I pulled the trunk open. I reached without even knowing anything was because it was dark. I found a flashlight and a couple of Energizer batteries. I took those batteries and I shoved them into the flashlight. And I clicked it on and I had light. The sun was going even more down now and I could see the endless, endless mountains and trees ahead of me. I started down the dirt path and I could see my footprints in the dirt behind me. This was a stupid idea, I thought. This was not going to end well. I could hear the trees mocking me. Oh, look at this idiot. He's walking down this dirt path. His car broke down. No phone. And it's pretty much directly out of a horror movie. These tall trees seemed to get taller and taller. And their quantity became to grow more and more. And it seemed like this journey was never going to end. It seemed like they just kept growing and growing. And they were towering over me like Goliath over David. And so, I kept walking, and as the sun went down and it went completely dark and the moon glowed through the trees, the shadows of the trees went on the path. I kept walking, and seconds turned into minutes, and minutes felt like an eternity. Kind of like what you guys are feeling right now. Kept walking, and out of no hope, I finally found something. A vehicle. An old, rusty, blue, worn down truck. Oh, just my luck. I found another worn down car. Somebody must have run into the same fate I have. I yelled out, "Hello," like Adele in the song, but no one answered. So I went around to the truck and I examined all 4 of its blown out tires. I was like, well, even if I find keys, I'm not driving it anywhere. So I might as well look inside to see if we can find a map or something. I examined every inch of the truck, looked in the cargo bed. It was covered with leaves and broken tree limbs. It's been here for a while, I thought. And just as I was about to leave, I noticed something. In between the steering wheel and the console was a little white piece of paper. It looked like an old dirty napkin or something. But it made me curious. So I jumped into the window, stumbled onto the driver's side of the truck, and I pulled out that piece of paper. Written in a weird smelling red ink. I could barely make out the words that said, "Don't look, or it takes you." Ugh, gave me chills. And next to it was a really badly drawn tree-like figure that was tall and lanky, multiple arms. Okay. This was starting to creep me out now. And I had no phone. I was alone. My car was broken down. So I quickly ran out of the truck and I slammed the door. Slam! And just as I slammed the door, a loud shriek filled the forest, and I froze. I was trembling. The hair on the back of my neck went straight up, and I turned around. I turned around, and there it was, staring directly at me. Really tall, really slender, wearing all black, and his face was all white, pale with no eyes and no mouth and multiple arms, looking directly at me. Yeah.